Now here's an image I've done some basic editing on, but it's a little bit soft because it was shot with a plastic optic. It gives it kind of a surreal look. I'm going to sharpen things just a little bit in the detail panel. And when I first go into the detail panel, I see an exclamation point that tells me to get my best results, I need to blow it up to 1:1, 100%. And I can do that by clicking the exclamation point. Okay, now here I am actually in the focal point of the image, the area that I want to sharpen. So first thing I do is I adjust the amount slider to determine the amount of sharpening applied to the image. And I can get a better idea of how to do this by holding down the Option key, Alt on a Windows machine, as I drag the slider. You get a little bit better idea of what's happening with the edges. Now, I generally don't go much higher than 75 because things get looking a little bit crunchy. Radius, I never touch. Radius is the distance from an edge that sharpening is applied. By default, it's set at 1 pixel. Detail is something I often adjust though. And again, I hold down the Option key, and as I drag the slider to the right, you can see some lines. And the further I drag it, the more detail is being enhanced. Now this image was shot at ISO 100, so I don't have much noise in it, but any noise that I do have will be sharpened. And I can prevent against that by masking. And again, I hold down the Option key and I click the masking slider and I drag to the right. And you see all that fuzzy stuff, that's noise. When you drag it to the right and you see sharp lines, you are sharpening detail and not noise. And in this case, that's about perfect. So when I release the slider, there's my sharpening. That's very subtle. There's the before and there's the after. It's just a very, very slight amount of sharpening, but it is bringing out just a little bit of detail in the focal point of the image. So there you have it, sharpening in the detail panel.